lot of you guys have been asking whatever happened to this red Fox body, and Alex and I got it done. We broke in the cam, and then unfortunately for us, we discovered that the S-Rod trans that was in the Mustang was completely foobarred. There's red RTV all over the thing, so you know some idiot had it at some point, and it looks like it had been run without any oil in it whatsoever. So now I've swapped in one of my old T5s that I had laying around. We had to get kind of weird with the shifter here, so don't look too hard at that. But anyway, now it's running and driving. We're doing okay. I'm gonna eat my words. Watch the battery. We'll be dead. Oh, come on. You can do it. Okay, well, it does run. Just, I gotta jump it apparently. This battery's dead from sitting for 3 months. All right, jump pack's all hooked in. We always carry that in the Maverick because, I mean, look at it. It's a piece of junk. And now, is that thing in neutral? Nope. There we go. 351 Windsor takes some cranking amps. How's your seatbelt treating you?
Oh, it's great.
Apparently, his side doesn't have a seatbelt. So what? Oh, we have stuff in front of us. That would have been bad. Power steering pump is pretty foobarred. Oh, it's kind of working at the moment. Sounds like it has straight cut gears, but no, just classic Ford power steering pump sounds. And it is a posi traction rear end factory. I don't know what ratio. Probably pretty tall, but that's probably going to lend itself nicely to the 351 horsepower we have under the hood on this one, so no love lost there. Let's just see if we can do a little spin off. Kind of going downhill. Tires are not the best. Yeah, it's got plenty of power. Now it smells like 15, 20-year-old burnt tire. Oh, good. This is where the cops are right here.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do that. That was on a public road. We were excited.
It was there when we got there.
Don't put us in jail. We didn't hurt anybody. So we're trying to go to the gas station. We have almost no gas in the thing. So that's fun. Temp's looking good. Oil pressure's good. Drain the brake-in oil. So we're on fresh oil at the moment. Oh, and we should air up the tires.
Yes.
One of these is almost flat, and it feels very much so. What is this thing?
Oasis car wash.
Person in their right mind took this to a car wash. I think the rears need adjusted. It seems like it takes up a lot of pedal travel, and then all of a sudden the brakes work really well. So the rears might be plugged off, or something squirrely going on. We may or may not be running out of gas right now. We don't have any factory tach or any speedometer. This originally had the S-Rod, which has a different speedometer setup. So we're gonna have to get a GPS in the thing. Like, actually, I have no idea how fast we're going right now. 45, it feels like it's about 45. We're pulling away from traffic, so at least 45. Everything seems pretty good. We're doing it, son.
I know.
You got a running and driving Fox body.
Crazy.
I know, the transmission was super disappointing, but glad to be on the other side of that. And now, first time driving the car today. In a week, you'll be leaving for power tour. We're geniuses, so smart.
Impeccable timing.
This is a great plan. What could go wrong? These tires are bulged, weather checked, and the cracks are massive. It's like, what's the big crack in the earth that everyone goes to look at and they think it's really cool, and it's just like a massive ditch? Grand Canyon.
Yes, there you go.
things have like the Grand Canyon all over them. Turn signals work, yes. Brakes still working. Downshifting working. Ooh, this thing's got a tight. I'm not used to power steering gear ratios. About turned us into a straight circle. Oh no, the gas thing's on this side. Shucks. Hey, we did it. First drive's a success.
To the local come and go.
I forget that that's like a really weird name for most people.
Oh, it's incredibly weird.
Awesome. All right, we did it. Howdy my friends and welcome to the channel today. I'm Luke, Thunderhead289, here on YouTube. In the next couple weeks, I probably won't be putting any videos out. Basically a week from today is Power Tour, so you know, in the typical essence of Power Tour, you wait right until, you know, you need to leave to get everything done. So I got a lot of work to do on the Maverick. I probably shouldn't take the Maverick because, you know, the 64 Galaxy, the 74 F100. I have some other things that are very, very roadworthy at this point, but, you know, the Maverick is like riding in the shadow of death all the time. But, you know, I have been driving it 80 miles a day and getting away with it. And probably with a little overhaul of some suspension things and whatever, you know, just maybe we'll make it. You know, kind of for me, the essence of Power Tour is driving something that's pretty darn sketchy and you're running like 3,000 miles. And you know, I don't know, most of the fun for me of Power Tour is all the breakdowns and working through all the mechanical problems, you know. Otherwise, it's just a big car show. So, I don't know, it's kind of fun to go through all the mechanical and test your knowledge, especially in some tight situations when you're 1,000 miles away from home. And so, naturally, I've chosen to take the Maverick. Again, terrible choice. I don't recommend that to other people, but that's kind of what I do. But anyway, we're getting Alex's Fox body, the red Fox body that you've all seen before, on the road. I got some work to do on this thing. Need to find my other air shock. I'm not sure where it went. But anyway, just a heads up, if you're on Power Tour, stop by and say hi. I'll be at the OAM Quick Covers booth this year, so yeah, should be a good time. But with that, I got a lot of work to do, so I'll see you gents around. All right, we're looking pretty good. So I usually set my tires a little toed out, you know, so I don't know if you should take my advice on that. It's just kind of a personal preference. Reason being is it seems like at higher speeds, being a little toed out is a lot more stable than if you're aligned or even toed in a little bit. I think factory, a lot of stuff is almost toed in to a degree. I don't know, you know, I'm an engine tuning guy, not a suspension guy. But it seems like to me, you know, when I get pretty rowdy with some of these vehicles and hit some speeds that are probably not okay, but, you know, we do it anyway. It seems like having the tires a little toed out, you know, it doesn't get real floaty at, you know, high speeds and we can keep going down the road and not end up in a ditch. And everything's looking good. Redneck alignment, cross that off the checklist, moving right along with the old Maverick. All this stuff was a long time coming. It was pretty bad. And doing this is pretty easy. I mean, all you do is you take a string, and luckily for me, I got some new tires at the moment. So I just hook the string and some of the tread. You go through the center of the tire there up to the center of the tire on the front. And then basically you just want the same amount of spacing on the tire on both sides again, you know. So if you have the same measurement from one side to another, you know, you're gonna do pretty okay. I don't remember where I saw how to do this. Like I said, I'm not some suspension aficionado by any means. You know, it might have been Eric the Car Guy some 10 years ago or whatever. And naturally, there's no replacement for like an actual alignment on a machine, you know. But I found that doing this works pretty good. You know, I don't really scrub tires as long as you're very particular about how you do it. Steering wheel straight, take good, accurate measurements, and you're pretty okay. And when your car, like this old Maverick here, isn't worth even the price of having a real alignment, works out pretty good. Now, as many of you know that have followed me, I drive this stuff every day. Now, my commute to work is like an 80-mile round trip, so I really put these old cars to the test. You know, we're not putting around town, but in my mind, I'm kind of a cheater. You know, I look for specific things when I pick up a vehicle that make it so, you know, you have a lot better odds of not having issues. So, of course, manual steering, manual brakes, manual transmission, no power steering. Again, you know, a good old 3-pulley setup. There's just not a lot to fail on a car like this. Now, this one was originally an inline-6 power steering car, automatic. It was converted before I got it and before it was left for dead. But you can get these little adapters to convert your power steering car over to manual steering, which I did here, you know. I think it's for a Mustang, but it worked for a Maverick also. And honestly, that made all the difference. This steering wheel on the old Maverick was sloppy as heck, and it was like defying death to try and drive it down the road, you know. Switched everything over to manual steering, and, you know, it's been great ever since. You can do 90 in the car, and she just stays right in line.